Hey guys, Sonic7 back again. So we just beat Crisis City, and somehow at the very end, Rouge found a Chaos Emerald.
Beautiful.
And being just like any other stereotypical girl, she's staring at this emerald or this gem and being like, pretty. Because she's not actually looking at anything else. And there they see the remnants of their old... This is a reference to their Sonic Heroes game, which was a game back in 2005, I want to say, for the GameCube, PS2, I think regular Xbox also. He was their companion for their third person on the team. He was just a robot designed by Dr. Eggman who kind of, I guess, disagreed with what the Doctor was saying and ended up joining forces with Shadow and Rouge. I'm not really that familiar on his backstory, but that's basically what I know.
This is Rouge. Understood. We'll be there in a minute.
No one even talked to her. Understood what? They didn't say anything.
Have found something too. Let's go. It's not like we can do anything for him.
So, just like in the
Look.
other Sonic story, now explains how she has that green emerald, kind of. Tails does his weird little dance.
Well,
Knuckles has his Lego shoes.
but I'm a real
And now we do the exact same level that Sonic is doing, but we do it as Shadow, I guess. So, here we go. So, really, just like Sonic, here we go. There's an enemy to attack right away, and then we're going to take the exact same ramp that is going to loop us around. I'm not touching my controller, just like I was with Sonic, not doing anything. They have the exact same silver medal, which I missed somehow. I still haven't actually touched my controller. Now I have to after 26 seconds, besides that one enemy. So, if you notice, that's really the exact same as the Sonic level. And just like the Sonic level, we get hit by these meteorites. Alright, so I'm going to fully admit that unlike the other level, which I had played, unlike Crisis City, which I had played for like an hour the night before, I have not played this level, I would say, in like a solid year. So, to me, I'm actually going to be extremely lost as to what I'm doing, so I'm hoping I can find enough shortcuts as they go and kind of start to remember this a little bit. If not, it might be a long video for me. It will be a normal-sized video for you regardless, I'm pretty sure.
Must attack when its core is exposed.
And, of course, and let's get over there. Okay. Alright, so we get across. So really, just like... Oh my god, I forgot there's a guy who got to the ground there. Just like the Sonic story again, we beat this one guy, we jump up here, there's going to be some enemies that we attack. And I'm kind of live narrating this just because part of me actually forgot what this looked like. And I was just hoping after Crisis City, where I made such a point of like how it wasn't unique and they made it so like repetitive from the Sonic version, I was just hoping that it would look a little bit different. But I mean, you know, that's my mistake for just thinking that. Because this is really just identical at this point. And now the door is going to lower because I defeat all the enemies. Or I didn't. There we go. Now I defeat all the enemies. Door lowers. Oh, look at that. They added one new enemy in here. There's the exact same two Falcons before, and then this guy. He took 2 hits. So original. God. I think you guys can tell what's my least favorite story mode in the entire game is Shadow. Because to me, it's like, Silver story mode honestly plays like crap, but it's very, very different to me. So I feel like I'm playing new content. With Shadow, I just feel like I'm playing Sonic levels with a worse Sonic. Which is, frankly, just the worst thing to me. Is like, if you want to like make me have to like redo content, that's fine. Like, that's the whole idea of what hard mode is for Sonic. Is like, you know, you redo his levels, but like there's more enemies. It's a little bit harder. I'm fine with that. Like, I like when a game tries to like mix it up and makes you like do different versions of a story with a character with the same character. What I don't like is when they try to make you do different versions of story with a different character who is worse than the first character you had to do. So now you're playing a different version but because you started off with the better character, all you think now is that, you know, this level used to be so much better when I was Sonic, or things like that. And that's the exact opposite of what you should be, like, you know, doing as a game designer. You should make someone feel that each additional, like, all the additional content you put in is worth it for some new reason. Either, you know, a new enemy that they've never fought before, like a different, like you change up a part of the level, like something, but just make them feel like it's a unique experience, and don't make them just feel like it's a carbon copy, slightly edited, of what they did before, but worse. It's gonna sound really hypocritical when I say that, but I'm actually okay when a game does that, when a designer does that between games. So like, there's been cases where like people kind of ship it in and they say, you know, oh, this worked in the last game, so I'm going to just do a very similar version to it in this game. And, you know, that's frustrating, but I understand why they do it, because, you know, we got a great idea. But they didn't know when they were producing this that this would be, like, you know, well, it wasn't a great idea, but they didn't even know if it would or wouldn't be a great idea at the time. But then they decided to just kind of copy the entire process anyways, with the idea of them almost just kind of like pompously saying that we know this is be good, so like, you know, I don't care what your complaints are. Which again is like, I mean, as you can tell from the response, it's like it obviously wasn't anywhere near as good as they were probably expecting it to be, because the game is obviously very negatively received. And the thing is, it's funny because people like criticize the Sonic levels, you know, for being like annoying and not your generic Sonic level. To me, my biggest criticism of this entire game is the Shadow story. For the simple fact that I feel like, as I keep saying, I feel like I'm playing Sonic's story with a worse Sonic. And I just feel like that's the exact opposite of what a story mode should be. Like, best example I can give is another game that wasn't that well received. I was a huge fan of it, but I know other people who weren't. So my example is the remake of Devil May Cry with the younger Dante, who had the brown hair instead of the white. So people railed on this game. So like, people legitimately hated this game. But I was a big fan of it for a few reasons. One, I thought the game actually took some very interesting risks as far as how they like defined the character differently and gave him a like kind of interesting backstory in his relationship with his brother Virgil and all that. Like I thought they actually like portrayed the character very, very nicely. Secondly, it took a lot of what the first, like, you know, the original games did, which is, you know, this hack 'em, slash 'em, not really beat 'em up because it's not that style, but like, you know, just that hack and slash gameplay that like everyone loves so much. Uh-oh, okay, good. So, you know, I like that, obviously, but it took its strengths and it added a very interesting storyline to it. But in addition, once you beat the main story, it had all these additional story modes. So basically, like, you know, you beat the story, let's try it on hard mode. You beat hard mode, let's try it on one-hit mode. You beat one-hit mode, oh god. Sorry, you beat, everyone is one-hit mode, so like, including you and the enemies. Now let's try it where, okay, I need to kill these guys without taking a hit. Now let's try it where only you are one hit, but the enemies are still full strength. It's like, the game makes itself progressively harder to challenge you in a way that, you know, you can keep doing it, but it keeps letting you upgrade your character, it keeps letting you, basically like, oh god, I died, no! So I have to redo the last 7.5 minutes. So I'll see you guys back here. God damn it. Okay guys, so we're back. I frankly have no idea what I was talking about before I died. I think I was just talking about, oh no, I remember now. I was talking about the Devil May Cry game and how it basically added new content the entire time, which was really interesting. But it was using the same character with the same upgrades, so you felt more personally invested in your character. There we go. Now I remember. Okay, now let's just not die. Come on, don't fall in there. Please get this. Okay. I need rings just to stay alive, because at this point I'm just so desperate just to like not redo the last 7 minutes again. Alright. The one, not even nice part, I will just say, like, one bearable part about this is, just that the actual level is pretty hard to just die in. So it's easy to get back in one try, but it takes so damn long. Like, and they have so many of these levels in a row that are just like 9 minutes long, and it takes so much focus to do it right. So, going back to the point of how they really just directly copy, do you remember seeing this before? Where you have all these orbs around and you just need to light them all up? Oh wait, did Knuckles do that? Yeah, he did. So it's like, it's not even just Shadow Sonic, but they have to make everyone do the same shit. And that part to me is just, it's so awful. Because you're really taking away almost every part of this game that was supposed to be like separate between the two stories. And this, it honestly feels like Sonic Adventure 2 all over again. Okay, I think I did that fast. Where you have people who have like the exact same roles on each team. You're basically just doing like mirror opposites of each other on each mission, which is like, I get it. Like it was a very successful game, so like maybe there's elements that you want to capture, but like give us new content for the simple fact that if you're gonna make the third story so vastly different in its gameplay from the other two. Don't you think that part of that should just apply and you think to yourself, hey, if we have 3 stories, let's make all 3 different? I know, it's these crazy ideas that no one will ever consider. I actually have no idea how much of this level I've left at all. And I just lost my rings, that's solid. There's the end, that's good. Would have liked to have had some rings. Let's collect these and let's run over there. I don't even know if I got it. 9 minutes. Oh, thank God I got it by a lot, actually. Oh, God. I hate levels like that so much, but really, really glad we did that. It's all good now. I mean, and you can tell, like, even just by hearing me talk, like, it's not as much fun playing a very similar level all over again, especially when it's a level as long as one of these, just because it feels like a waste. So, I think that's all for today. I'll try to cap this video so it's probably around 15 minutes or so. In the next one, we have another repeat boss from the Sonic story. This is sounding like the kind of the... God. I mean, this is sounding like the trend. But in the next one, we take on the same Iblis Phase 2, the boss that we fought around in the lava with all the spikes that was just kind of like really boring to watch. So depending on how the battle goes, I might try to cut part of it, but I'll decide next time. So thanks so much for watching, guys. Remember to please subscribe, and see you in the next one.